don't know what the weirdest question I've been asked or not,
fan.
I think I've told this story before, but the wildest shit I've seen, not for me, but been a part of was Heckler wise. Me and Rogan. I don't know where we were. I want to say Atlantic City, but I could be totally wrong because we traveled so much. That is true about that hacky thing where it's like, "What up, Nashville?" They're like, "This is Atlanta," and they're like, "Oh my God!" You know,
hey man, yeah.
I forget all the fucking time where I was. I have no idea.
When you're cruising like that, you can truly get
city to city to city to city. Yeah. You get so lost.
Just landing, show, hotel, land.
Yeah. It was nuts. You like go to a van, from a van to a hotel, to a van to a show, to a van to a hotel, van to airport. Sometimes I didn't even see an ounce of the city. That
routine and monotony, if you don't see some sort of landscape or something to define where you are and make you exit the bubble, then you're just in the bubble.
Yeah, I think we're in Atlantic City. Yeah, which would make sense for the sake of the story because this dude kept like screaming, and Joe was like talking to some of the audience members after the show was over, like, or after he had done his hour, and this guy was like, he's like, "Let me come up there and give you something," and Joe's like, "Fuck no." And the guy was super close to the front row. He's maybe like 4 or 5 rows back, and he had one of these man slings, you know, like a Louis Vuitton, like a man purse. Yeah, it's almost not even a man purse. It needs its own name.
Said, you know, have you seen those, right?
It's like a fanny pack, but it's a
satchel.
A satchel. That
sounds a little more
manly. Satchel Page.
Yeah.
And so he then pulls out what, you know, like, look, I'm obviously going to hyperbolize. We're on a podcast, and also it's fun to say more than it usually is. But it was like $50,000. I mean, it looked like it was this big in his fucking hand.
Wow.
And if you've held $1,000 in your hand, $1,000 is like this big.
Sure.
It's not that many hundreds.
No.
It was this big. He fucking, it looked like
wad.
a softball. Yeah. And he gets up on stage. Handful. Yeah, this fucking idiot. Like, he's like trying to hand Joe like a wad of money. And Joe's like, "Get the fuck out of here." He's like, "Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?"
I'll do one on it ad and get that.
And grabs it, and Joe grabs it, and then is like giving it to other people.
Oh.
Is like throwing it out. And this dude thinks that's cool. And so this dude starts throwing money into the crowd. And we're letting him stand there in the front. And I'm just standing there like off to the side. I was like, Joe like turns, he's laughing. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, if this guy's dumb enough, he's literally throwing money, hundreds, into the fucking crowd.
People losing their mind.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. It was the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. That was like the weirdest heckle I've ever been a part of, where it was like he was being rude, interrupting. And also Joe was like very patient with him. But when the guy was like trying to give money, he's like, "Is that a wad of money? Why are you holding out a wad of money?" And then he's like, "I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck." You know what I mean? He was wasted. Yeah. And then he was like, "I'll give it away." And Joe was like, "Do it." Like he was egging him on. And the guy was like, "Wow, okay." And he starts throwing it. And I'm standing there just like, "Throw it up here."
Can you imagine getting double dog dared by Joe Rogan in front of 40,000 people?
Eat this bug and throw this money.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fear factor. He should implement some sort of fear. Like if he was at the point where he only had like 30 minutes of material. You know how some people get going and they're like, "I'm going to do Q&A for the last 20, 30 to create material, whatever." Yeah. If he just did fear factor stunts at the end of the show, just the way Jeff Ross brings people on stage to roast them, just bring them up, bring in your merch bag, a bowl of dicks, a bowl of bull dicks.
"Will you suck this bowl of dicks for a free shirt?" You better believe it, JRE. They'll do it too. By the way,
Jamie, bring out the basket of dicks.
Pull that up. Pull that bag of cocks up, Jamie.
I'm still laughing at how fun that was. Hey guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Hope you enjoyed that little ALN highlight, that little freebie tidbit. If you want to see more highlights, clips, animations, and episodes, click right there. Click right there and get all the free ALN goodies your heart can muster. And of course, subscribe to the show by clicking the ALN logo right there. Do that. It's easy. See you next time. Peace.